Chad, Saturday night we faced North Ayr in the second leg of the Scottish Cup quarter-final. It wasn't one to write home about, but another win nonetheless.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't one of our better games, but like you said, a win's a win. We outshot them pretty heavily. I think on any other given night would have been a lot more goals, but all that really matters is the result.
And that's it. It was a 2-0 scoreline, but it was maybe a bit like the Solway game the week before. We kind of heavily outshot them on both nights, and it could have been another night. It could have been a much bigger margin.
Yeah, I thought their goalie played really well. North Ayr are pretty difficult to break down. They play pretty stagnant in the defensive zone, so it was pretty hard to play against. But like we said, we won. Another shutout for Ben, which was really well deserved. So yeah, on to the next one.
There maybe wasn't many plus points for the game, but one thing that did come out, it was obviously the young guys got plenty of ice time, and also we were able to utilise the whole bench, and everybody got plenty of minutes into them.
Yeah, it's great to get, there's a couple of guys, younger guys, who obviously don't get as much minutes as we would like them to. So, games like that at the weekend are good to, roll the lines, get boys some ice time, utilise the whole bench. And I think everyone stepped up and had a really good game at the weekend.
So, we now face the winner of Dundee or Kirkcaldy in the semi-final. That'll be at some time after the turn of the year. Anyone you would prefer?
Doesn't really bother me, it's at the end of the day, you've got to beat everyone to win the cup, so whoever gets put in front of you, it doesn't really matter.
And it was another unbelievable crowd here on Saturday night. I think we were about 150 shy of 2,000, which is unreal for a game that, no disrespect, but it was a kind of, with all the tie was probably already done, and it also wasn't a season ticket game as well, which, it was some support.
No, it was great to see. The fans have really been coming out in numbers this season, and the boys really appreciate it. It makes a massive difference for us, makes the atmosphere great. It's a great place to play when the buildings fill like that, and it's really noisy. So hopefully we can continue to keep getting the amount of fans we've been getting recently. And
it was also our second skate with the Caps after the game on Saturday night, and as well, it was brilliant to see the amount of fans that stayed behind, and that ice, it was full out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really busy again. The skate with the Caps has been pretty busy the last couple of times. I think the players enjoy it. It's without the fans, none of this happens. So the guys like kind of giving back, and I think it's a good opportunity for the fans to speak to the guys and get some photos, get some autographs.
So looking ahead to this weekend, two huge league games. First up, we're in Kirkcaldy on Saturday night. It's always a tough place to go, and probably a team that lift their game that wee bit more when they come up against us.
Yeah, it's another weekend where 4 points is vital. We're on a bit of a good streak right now, so we don't want to ruin that. Kirkcaldy is always a tough game. It's a bit of a rivalry, and like you said, they always up their game against us. I think that's just because of the rivalry aspect of it. There's a lot of boys on our team from Fife, and yeah, it's a good one for the fans as well. So hopefully we can take a lot of fans down there, because that'll be the edge for us.
And then Sunday night we're back here again on league duty against North Ayr this time, and we're quite familiar with them now. We've played them twice in maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks. What they've shown there, especially Sunday night, they're going to stick in there, and they're going to make it hard for us.
No, North Ayr are a good team. They're a young team. They work hard. They're very fast. They have a good goalie. They can punish you if you take a shift off. So it's not a game that we take lightly. But also, we expect to have another performance like we did at the weekend, but obviously capitalise a little bit more than we did.
No, well, listen, all the best for the weekend, Chad. Hopefully we can keep this run going, and we'll speak again soon.
Cheers, you stay.
Cammy, it was a 2-0 win on Saturday night against North Ayr. Maybe not a true reflection on the game, but the win was the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we could have played to the best of standards that we've played in previous weeks, but we got over the line and managed to secure the semi-final, so that's always a bonus.
And the tie, it was probably kind of more or less done in the first leg with that 6-2 lead. Is it hard sometimes, going into the games when, knowing that the game's, probably almost finished already?
I would say so. I felt myself in the warm-up. I didn't feel like we were up to beat how we'd been in previous games against maybe top-end table teams. But at the end of the day, we got the win, so that's all that matters.
And it was one, good thing that came out. It was a good chance to get plenty of minutes for everybody involved in the team. I think we used the whole bench right throughout the game, and that's a good thing, isn't it?
It's a good thing to see like everybody on the bench getting minutes, from young guys to the old guys, and it keeps a happy bench. Everyone's played a part and feel like they've done their job, so it was good to see.
And we also had a skate with the caps after the game. You know, it was another well turned out event, and it was great to see so many out on the ice. And you guys love it being out there meeting the fans, don't you?
Yeah, it's brilliant. At the end of the day, we wouldn't be playing hockey if it wasn't for them. They're the backbone of the club, and it's a nice thing to do to repay them for always being the sixth man on the ice.
So this weekend coming, we've got two massive league games. First up, the Kestrels on Saturday night in Kirkcaldy. Then Sunday night we play North Ayr again here at Murrayfield. You and the boys, you'll be aiming for 4 points, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've set the standard for the start of the season now. And when we went on that run last month where we had Whitley, the Rockets and Aberdeen quite a few times in the space of about 5-6 weeks, and we took all the points. So I think we've set the standard up in that changing room now that every game's a must, and we'll look to continue the winning streak.
And Kirkcaldy on Saturday night, it's never an easy place to go. What do we have to do to be successful over there on Saturday?
I think we just need to outwork them, outskate them and beat them to every single puck. On their given night, they can be a hard-working team, and just stick to what we're doing, to be honest, because it seems to be working.
And then Sunday night, we're back here against North Ayr. We've played them a couple of times in the last few weeks, but you know, it's a Sunday night game, it's not a regular Saturday night game, but we'll be hoping for another big crowd. Yeah,
hopefully. Well, last weekend I was surprised how busy it was, and that was a Sunday night game as well. I almost felt like last year's Hogmanay was that busy, but the crowds seem to be getting bigger and bigger every week in Edinburgh, so it's a great thing to see, and it can only get better.
Well, Cammy, all the best this weekend, and we'll catch up with you again through the season.
Cheers, Easty.